Have you ever been at a concert or a game and just felt swept up in it all? That incredible energy? Well, that powerful, almost invisible force that takes over is exactly what we're talking about today, the psychology of mass emotions. We're going to pull back the curtain and figure out why a crowd can feel like it has a mind of its own. Here's a basic fact of human nature, one that politicians and marketers have understood for, well, centuries. When we get together in big groups, our individual feelings don't just add up. Oh no, they multiply. They transform into something totally new and sometimes completely uncontrollable. It's the emotion of the collective.
So why? Why does the joy at a festival feel so electric? Or why does fear in a crisis spread like wildfire? Believe me, it is not a coincidence. There are some really deep psychological mechanics at work here, and we're about to break them all down.
Okay, so first things first, let's get a really good handle on what we're actually talking about. What even is this emotional wave that can just wash over hundreds, thousands, or even millions of us all at once? Here's our core definition. Really, just think of it as a shared emotional experience. It connects people, whether you're all physically in the same stadium or just connected online through social media. It's an incredibly powerful social thing. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Mass emotions happen in sync, all at once, and they feel way more intense, stronger than if you were just feeling it by yourself. They literally spread through a crowd like a virus, creating this shared, similar feeling. And the craziest part? Most of this happens unconsciously. You get swept up in it before you even have a chance to think. All right, so we know what it is, but how does it happen? How does one person's happiness or anger jump to the next person and the next until a whole crowd is feeling the exact same thing? Let's get into the science. This is mechanism number one, and it's a big one: emotional contagion. You can think of it like emotional Wi-Fi. We are hardwired to unconsciously copy the facial expressions, the posture, and even the tone of voice of the people around us. You see someone smile, you might not even notice, but your own mouth twitches into a tiny smile. And that physical act actually triggers the feeling of happiness in your own brain. And then there's our deep human need to just belong. We're social animals, you know? We look to everyone else for clues on how to act and how to feel. If everyone around you is going absolutely nuts cheering for a goal, you're so much more likely to feel that same excitement yourself. It makes you feel like a true fan, part of the tribe. Now this one is seriously powerful. De-individuation. This is what happens when you turn the me volume way down and turn the we volume way up. In a big, anonymous crowd, your personal sense of who you are, your sense of responsibility, it just starts to fade away. You lose a little bit of self-control, which makes you way more open to the group's impulses. And this is what's going on inside your head while all this is happening. Your brain is built for this. You've got mirror neurons that fire up just by seeing someone else's emotion, making you literally feel it too. Your amygdala, the brain's emotion command center, it kicks into overdrive. Adrenaline starts pumping, and oxytocin, that's the bonding hormone, makes you feel deeply connected to everyone. It is a potent biological cocktail. So, when you mix all these powerful biological and psychological forces together, it's really no surprise that this emotional wave isn't inherently good or bad. It's just a neutral force, a really, really powerful tool that can be used to build things up or to tear them all down. I mean, look at the two sides of this coin. On one hand, mass emotions create this incredible social cohesion. They mobilize game-changing social movements for justice. They give us these amazing moments of collective joy. But on the other side,
The exact same forces can lead to totally irrational behavior, amplify hatred, cause violent panics, and open the door for mass manipulation. It is truly a double-edged sword. And history is just filled with these stark examples. Think about it. A single person yells fire in a crowded theater, and the resulting panic turns deadly. But then you have that same collective energy channeled into hope and solidarity, fueling the entire civil rights movement. From horrible stadium tragedies to beautiful worldwide celebrations, these emotional waves have absolutely shaped our world. This quote from Gustave Le Bon, who was one of the pioneers in studying crowd psychology, he just nails the danger. In a group, we might feel smarter, more powerful, but that de-individuation we talked about, it can strip away our personal moral compass, making the crowd incredibly volatile and reactive. Okay, so everything we've talked about so far, now imagine it with a massive 21st century amplifier, because the crowd isn't just on the street or in the stadium anymore, it's in your pocket. This is such a critical point to get. The digital spaces we live in, they are not neutral ground. The algorithms that decide what you see are built for one thing: engagement. And you know what gets us engaged more than anything else? Strong emotions, especially anger and outrage. These systems value speed, and an emotional reaction is always faster than a thoughtful one. Researcher Shannon Meyer puts it perfectly right here. These platforms create an entire landscape where negative emotional waves can spread faster and farther than ever before in human history. We're talking about global waves of feeling created in minutes. They are, essentially, engineering mass emotion for profit. So after hearing all this, you might be wondering, what can we possibly do? Well, it's not about avoiding crowds, whether they're real or digital. The most important takeaway is this: simply being aware of these mechanisms, knowing how they work, is your best defense. Understanding how your emotions can be influenced by a group gives you the power to just pause, take a breath, and make a conscious choice for yourself. Because make no mistake, the next emotional wave is always coming. It might be joy, it might be anger, it could be fear. The real question isn't if you'll encounter it, but how you'll respond. Now that you know the psychology behind the curtain, are you going to get swept away without thinking? Or will you be the one who stops and questions the tide?